In this video, I'd just like to go over some frequently asked questions about stealth in VTOL VR and some common misconception that some new players and even some mid-level players have about stealth. By no means am I any sort of expert in VTOL VR. I'm pretty bad, although I am capable of poning some noobs, so I think I know a little bit enough to talk about this at this point. So, to start off with, in VTOL VR, we have currently one stealth aircraft, which is the F-45. If you're watching this in the future, there may be some more, but this is the only stealth aircraft. Stealth in this sense meaning that it has a lower radar cross-section, basically meaning that it is harder to detect on radar. This does not mean that it is invisible, however, just means that you will be closer to the sender before they detect you on radar. An example of this is if you're ever flying against an ASF 58, the 5th gen enemy stealth fighter, they will pop up on your radar a lot closer to you than some of the other enemy planes. So, some common misconceptions with stealth is first that you're invisible. We just talked about this. Another thing with stealth is it has the caveat that you cannot have anything externally mounted on your plane. That meaning that you can't have anything on your wings or or your bomb bays open or your gear down or something along those lines. If you have anything on your wings whatsoever or anything that is not in your fully retracted aircraft state, it will make your aircraft a bigger radar cross-section, therefore eliminating yourself. Even those pylons on the wings, once you've used your missiles, still will reduce your stealth, so be sure to jettison those. For anything on the internal, such as the cannon, which has a flap to open up, or your internal bays, which open up to release and then close once you've released it, won't contribute to your radar cross-section. Another common misconception with stealth is that your radar is stealthy. Your radar is not stealthy. Having your radar on will alert enemies to your position. The best analogy that I can give of this is that your radar is like a flashlight in a dark room. Sure, you can see whatever you're pointing at. However, everyone else in that room can see exactly where the light is coming from and therefore knows your location. Quick side note too is that your radar in the F-45 is pretty useless, as any ping from any enemy fighter will be incorporated on your TSD, which will allow you to fire upon the enemy. Although with this, solutions can vary, and sometimes your enemy will be in a different position than what your TSD predicts. This practice of having your radar off also works in other aircraft, where when you have your radar off, you will be a little stealthier, as the enemy then has to shine their flashlight on you or their radar on you to pick you up versus just being able to see you from their RWR. And yeah, that's about all I can think of that is important to know with stealth. There are some other minor, more advanced bits of knowledge, like the way your plane is facing relative to the enemy's radar will affect your detection ranges due to the different amount of radar cross-section at different aspects. But that's super minor and really doesn't play that much in a big picture. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned a few things and defeated some common myths about stealth in VTOL VR along the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next.